Well, good morning there, everyone. Welcome back to Poorboys Little Homestead. As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friend. Guys, today I'm going to be processing some quail and a couple of ducks. But the other day I went shopping at the HIOYCH place. That's my favorite place to shop. What that stands for, you may ask? Haul it off and you can have it. That's the places I like to shop. But I was going down the road here a while back and I come across this frame here. And what that was a computer desk. It was one of them little desks that stuck out here about that tall. Had the little part that pulled out where your keyboard went, and then it had the little side kicked off at an angle over here, a little side desk. Well, I seen that and I asked the fella, and he said, you haul it off, you can have it. So I brought it home and I took the old board off of it and threw that away. And I said, I'll do something with that metal frame one day. Well, a few days later, same thing come about this stainless steel sink here. Fella's remodeling a house, gonna throw this away. I brought it home. I said, I'll do something with that one day. Well, yesterday I was out here and I took the old framework that was on that computer desk and tack welded it together here in different angles and made me a stand for this stainless steel sink. I got the sink hooked up where I can hook it to my water hose. It's only hooked up on one side because you just get cold water. You got your little spray washer. And this little part back here, I ain't sure this is gonna stay yet because this will be the first time I've used it. I'm trying to come up with a way to hold the Lucky Plucker. Now I got two of these Lucky Pluckers. One's for ducks, waterfowl, and one's for chicken. The only difference is the little rubber deals is harder on the ducks one than it is on the chickens. But today I'm gonna try this one that says for chickens and see if I can do a quail with it. Now these are made to attach to drills. Well, instead of using a drill, I got an air drill. And I can adjust the pressure on it and speed it up. So I'm just gonna be kind of a test to see how fast it needs to run, because I've never used one of these drill operated pluckers. I know if I had to pluck a lot of chickens, I would buy one of them, build me one of them tub pluckers where you just throw it in there, but no more than I do. I said I'm just gonna try the drill attachment. One reason I like this one here, instead of the drill, it's small and I can take it out and use my hand. But that's what we're gonna be testing out today, to see if we can pluck a quail with a drill attachment plucker and testing out my new sink. Now later on I'll connect my drains here and make one down spigot to where I can move my pipe wherever I want it. But this here is more of a portable sink. It's real lightweight, that way I can move it around. I can get out here away from the feathers is gonna be going everywhere. I don't wanna do that around there where my sink's set up. My outside sink and have feathers everywhere where we cook and mess around there. So I'm gonna have me a portable sink here, and I kind of think it turned out pretty good, the sink. But I'm finna go out here and I'm finna get these quails and depatch them, and we're gonna bring them around here and we're gonna see if we can pluck a quail with this hand drill. But before I go get the quail, depatch him, I'm gonna show y'all walk around of the sink. You can see how I welded these three pieces, this piece from here down, and that down, and that one across the bar, across the back here. But before I go dispatch the quails, I'm gonna bring y'all and give y'all a little look at the sink all the way around from different angles. But you can see right here, guys, these two top pieces right there and right there, that was the legs on one table. And then from here down on both sides, and then the cross brace across the back there was the legs on the bigger part of the desk. And then I put a metal rod across as a brace. So I took them pieces of metal off of an old desk and just created my own stand out of it. High as metal and stuff is, and wood to build stuff, you can recycle things like that and come up with all kind of creative things to do with it. There's what it looks like from the side. Like I said, it's a little stainless steel sink straight out of a house. Old house they remodeling. Faucet still works. But it made a great little stand and outside sink. And like I said, it's portable. You just pick it up and move it. It's real light. Probably don't weigh 25 pounds. After we do a little test drive here on our feathering, then I'll come up with a way if I'm gonna permanently paint that and fasten that right there where I got it clamped, or what I'm gonna do, according to how it works with this air drill. Alright guys, before I went and dispatched my quails, like I was telling you, this is the duck plucker and it's got stiffer rubbers, and this is the chicken plucker and the rubbers is softer. Now I know it's gonna need the softest on the quail, so I was gonna go on and put the Lucky Plucker here on my air drill. Well, lo and behold, the little spindle that sticks out of the one on the chicken plucker is a little bit bigger round, and it wouldn't go in my air drill. So I'm gonna have to try to use it on the regular drill. So I just clamped it on here and we're gonna see how that works. But I tried everything I could do. I even took this and tried to spread the end apart, but it's just enough. It's just a little bit bigger and it won't fit on my air drill. So we'll have to try the air drill on the duck. So we're gonna test this out on the quail first. Personally, before I ever start, I don't have much confidence in this working on the quail, because I think these rubbers is still too stiff to use on a little quail. Now, I can see where they'll work on a chicken, but we're gonna try them on a quail and see what the outcome is. One of the things we got to do with this drill here is take a zip tie, so we can use on the trigger to hold the trigger down. And as we doing this, we'll have to play with the speed and see how fast this drill needs to be turning. So we're gonna start out with about that speed and see what happens. That'll work right there, because I can adjust the speed just by raising the band up and down on the trigger. So now let me go dispatch my quails and we'll be back and hopefully be ready to go this time. Alright guys, y'all can see I got set up here finally, and I did a test run on one quail. And I think it's gonna be like I said, the rubbers is still too hard on these chicken pluckers. It plucked them good, but it took mostly toward the skin, so you might as well just skin the squirrel. And I did dip these quail in some about 155-degree water, just like you do a chicken, to make it easier to pluck. So I'm gonna try one more now on video and see if I can do it a little better. And then we're gonna try one that's not dipped in the water and see what happens. It's already toward the skin. I ain't even gonna go no further with that, guys. You see us taking them off good. In the breast, I was holding it good enough, but I done tore the back. So if it's gonna be tore, you might as well just go on and skin it, cause I ain't gonna. That don't look good when you got tore. So I'm gonna go on and skin this one. It'd be easier to skin before you done all this mess. I could have done 4 birds by now. And then we're gonna try one bird that's dry, which I know that ain't gonna work because feathers is harder to come out when they dry. One of these things might work on a quail. If you had some, I've seen some online look like they got softer fingers on it. Probably work on a quail. The quail skin's just too tender for them harder rubbers there. Like I said, this just makes it harder to skin now. We're gonna skin this one up. The outcome of this was just what I thought it was gonna be, but I was gonna give it a try. When I skin my quail, and I got a video on me processing quail showing you how I cut down the back, cut the backbone out. I'll put them over there and I'll do the final cleanup on them later, but that's the skint quail. Like I said, I can skin them, don't even try to defeather them, that's what I always do. We're gonna try one just for kicks and giggles. Not dipped in water, but I'm afraid that's just gonna make it worse because the feathers is gonna be hard to come out and it's just gonna tear the skin easier. But we're gonna do it just for the fun of it. Alright guys, I got my quails all skint and then dispatched my 2 ducks. So what did we learn on the quail? The lucky plucker, this is the chicken one. Now I ain't knocking their product because they don't claim that this will do a quail. And I figured them was gonna still be a little hard for quail. But I did see a guy on a YouTube video using one of these drill operated contraptions on quail, but it had longer fingers and it had little rubber rings around them, and you could tell they was real soft because they bend real easy. So I'm gonna keep that around so when I get ready to do some chickens I try it. But right now we finna try a duck. Now, like I said, the duck here, you can tell the rubber on it's a lot harder. Well, if it looks like it's gonna tear the skin, then I'm gonna try the chicken one. But we're gonna give it a go here. I don't know how my drill is gonna do. I may have to swap back to a regular drill. I'm just testing out. This is my first time. And this first duck here is a Swedish blue duck. Now the second duck we're gonna do is a Swedish blue. His mama was a Swedish blue, but I think his dad may have been a mallard or something or other. He's shaped more like a mallard duck, but he's colored like the Swedish blue. We're finna test this thing out. I'm gonna have to turn the air up, I can see that already. Well guys, the air drill is a failure, so it chokes down. So we're gonna put it on a drill, and we're gonna try it on a drill now. Again, they don't claim that would work on an air drill. That was just something I had, and I thought it might work. But as you can see, that wasn't working at all. Some air drills might work, but that one there is a little handheld air grinder. And you can see, even with the air on 100 pounds, it just choked it down. That drill ain't turning fast enough. So now we still going to plan, what's this, A, B, we're going to plan C now. We're going to try electric drill. This little drill here don't turn fast enough for my liking. I could pluck one by hand way faster than that. We're gonna zip tie this trigger down and we finna give her a try, guys. If this don't work, I guess I'll pluck it by hand. I want the duck plucked. I don't want it. Well, guys, seems like the thing's doing pretty good on the duck body. As far as on the wings, it ain't worth a patootie. Now, I didn't scald this duck. Maybe the next one I need to dip it in some water like you do chickens, and let's see. Before, when I tried that, it didn't seem to help none. Just plucking by hands. But yeah, there's too many wing feathers on that duck that ain't come out. Guys, that's why I've never plucked ducks before. Always the ducks I hunted, I just ripped them right down here with a knife and filleted the breast out, and that's all I ever kept off ducks hunting. But these tame ducks, I'd like to have them plucked and bake them or roast them, whatever you want to call it, with the fat on them. Well, I got a lot of feathers here to still get out. And y'all seen I done different directions. I tried going with the feathers, basically what I'd call against the grain of the feathers, and then turn it around going up the other way. Just to see if one worked better than the other one. Now, it didn't tear the duck. It didn't tear the duck at all. These wings right here, I don't know. Guys, look like I'm gonna have to do the rest of this by hand. It ain't getting no more out on them wings. No, sir, it ain't getting the wings that are worth of nothing. So if any of you watching this, you see what I'm doing wrong or know there's a better way, please leave it in the comments on what I'm doing wrong or how to go about plucking a duck easier. A good baked duck is good, but this is too much time consuming for me. I'll breast them out and eat the breast boneless before I go through all this trouble. Now, I done too the other day. I plucked by hand, and that's why I purchased this. I said, if I gotta pluck them by hand as long as that took, I won't never eat a baked duck. I'm not that picky of a eater. There's easier ways to skin a duck. They got so much fat on them, you can't hardly grab the feathers and pull them out with your hands, fingers. But I will say, as far as the duck itself, that thing worked better than me plucking it by my hand, because it don't leave none of them pin feathers down in there. Just like pulling these right here, it wants to leave the ends of the feathers down into your fat skin on the duck. I'm gonna try one more thing. I started heating my water back up for the next one, guys. We're gonna scald it, but I'm gonna see if I can pull these feathers with these fish skinners. My fingers won't hold on to these feathers. That ain't working so well neither. Guys, I don't know about this crap. I think I'm just finna cut the end of the wing off. I ain't got time to fool all that mess. It's so fat and slicky, these scissors won't even, shears won't even cut it. We're gonna have a duck down to the first joint of the wing. See if we can get it cleaned up from here. Alright guys, that's about the best I got this duck to look. Now I still got some feathers, but I may have to go back and do like the old folks did back in the day and singe what's on here, because I'm tired of cleaning on this duck. But now I did go back and read the directions that come with this lucky duck plucker, and it says the drier the duck, the easier this thing will pluck. So this next duck, I ain't gonna put no water on it, and I ain't gonna dip it in no hot water, because it says the drier the duck, the better it'll pluck. Now when you go hunting and you shoot a duck, 9 times out of 10, the thing's gonna fall in the water, so your duck's gonna be wet, ain't it? I guess you can come home and use a blow dryer and dry your duck and then pluck them. I don't know. I can tell you this, that's why all of mine, I always took that knife, ripped right down that belly, folded it open and filleted that breast out. I ain't no duck plucker. So we're gonna name this video here, How to Not Pluck a Duck. But we finna give her a run for our money on a dry duck. Or dryer, it shouldn't be wet. So I'm gonna start the drill and I'm gonna go get the duck. Guys, I'll tell you right now, I think I can pluck my duck faster with my hand than that now. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. I know I don't know what I'm doing. But I tell you what, I could skin a dang deer and quarter it up faster than I plucked that one duck a while ago. So this will probably be the last 2 ducks I ever plucked in my life. I go back to eating them the way I always eat them, breast them out. Matter of fact, I'm finna stop right here, and that duck right there is finna get breasted out. So what we learned today? We learned poor boy don't know how to use no pluck duck or lucky duck. Some guys may think this is alright. I may be using this wrong. I don't know. But all I can tell you is after working with 2 ducks and trying it on the quail, I will try it on the chicken, because chicken you're going to dip in the hot water. I'll try it on the chicken sometime. But I ain't got time to fool with no ducks doing like this. Look at all that. You still got to take your hands and pull the feathers out. So is it this particular one? Is it the lucky duck? Or is it any drill attachment? I don't know. Y'all tell me if you know. Let me go get my knife and we're gonna skin this one out. Alright guys. We're gonna pretend this duck right here still got his clothes on him. Still got all of his feathers. And what I always done is rip that hide right down the middle. Pick that hide up and skin it back just like that. And you can do this with the feathers on. You ain't got to pluck the first feather. Skin him back just like that on both sides of his breast. Hug that breastbone. Start cutting right down that breastbone and work your way while you're looking at it. Stay as close to the breastbone as you can to get all your meat. And there's your piece of filet breast. This is how I always done it duck hunting. And you could do your bag limit of ducks in the morning by the time I could even get halfway started on plucking a duck. There you go. If you want your legs, all you gotta do is rip right on down the skin. Cut the leg off. Cut that duck's leg right down there at the joint. If you want to save his leg. But I never saved their legs. And there's your duck leg if you wanted to fry that and eat it. Or bake it or however. Since I got that one, I'll go on and get this other one out of here. Like I said, I never kept their legs. I just boned out the breast. So much simpler. You getting all your meat right here that's on a duck. The only thing, it just makes the duck taste good when you bake them or roast them with that fat on them. The rest of that left is no meat, guys, and there's nothing on there that you're gonna eat. Look, I just dumped my bucket over. But for me, I give the little drill attachment there a fair go, I think. Fair as they gonna get with me doing it, because I ain't doing it no more. So what did we learn from this video? You're gonna have to be your own judge. I'm gonna tell you right up front, I don't know what I'm doing using that thing, but it just didn't impress me much at all. I think if I was gonna pluck another duck, I wouldn't even get that out, I'd just do it with my hand. But it probably ain't gonna be no more duck plucking for me. But I do like my little sink I built here. I can process my quails, because that's the main thing I do is my quails. And when I start on the rabbits, I can get out here to where I ain't making a mess around close to the house. I'll take my leaf blower and blow all them feathers out through yonder somewhere out there in the trees. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope you got some good laughs and kickles out of it, because that's just how not to pluck a duck. And again, if you know how to pluck ducks in some way simple, please put it in the comments below and let me know. But thanks for watching. Hope y'all have a great day. God bless. See y'all next time.